All right, y'all, what's up? It's your boy Jay Porknbean from the Porkbeans. I'm looking in the camera all wrong, look like I'm cockeyed. I'm gonna just go ahead this way. Yeah, I'm gonna do it this way. So, I'm gonna try not to take long. I wanted to do this on the beach, out here, but I got my bike parked in illegal parking and the police like right down there. So, I don't even want to go too far, So, basically, I was at my last place of employment for 6 years, and I quit. I quit about a week ago or 2 weeks ago or something like that. And basically, it wasn't a fun place to work no more. The manager who came in disrupted a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? But on my last day, y'all know how big of a Kanye West fan I am. On my last day, in my last 5 minutes, I'm at the cash register. And these two Asian women come in, and I guess they go to UM because they were young, And one of them had a shirt that said, "I feel like Pablo." So, Kanye West's seventh album, I believe it was. It was The Life of Pablo. And so I asked the girl, I said, "Oh, you listen to Kanye West?" She's like, "Yeah." And I said, "Kanye West is the greatest." And she was like, "Yeah." You know what I mean? I don't even know if she understand what I was saying. But she said she listened to Kanye. I don't know. But her shirt said, "I feel like Pablo." And in that moment, I knew it was my last day. I knew I was going to quit. I knew it was my last day. I knew I wasn't coming back no more. But it's funny how God send you messages. You know what I mean? And Kanye is one of my biggest inspirations. And by the girl having a shirt that's saying, "I feel like Pablo." So in the song off the Life of Pablo album, he has a song called "No More Parties in LA." And the song and the quote goes, he mentioned three Pablos. He mentioned three Pablos in a few lines, in a few bars. He says, "I feel like Pablo when I'm working on my shoes. I feel like Pablo when I see me on the news. I feel like Pablo when I'm working on my house. Tell them parties in here, we don't need to go out." Right? So I thought about my life and where it was going at that time. I knew I was going to quit. And by her, I was like, damn, I guess I feel like Pablo. The three Pablos that he mentioned. And I'm going to tell you why. So the three Pablos that he mentioned Pablo Picasso, he mentioned Pablo Escobar, and he mentioned the Apostle Paul, St. Pablo, from the Bible. So I'm going to tell y'all how these three Pablos, I would say, like, influencing my life how as it's going right now. So as I quit that same week, I had started my nonprofit last year, actually, and I had to reinstate it. And I had to pay so much money. My girlfriend actually helped me pay the money to reinstate my foundation and everything like that. So I got all these ideas and everything like that. So the first Pablo that he mentioned, he says, "I feel like Pablo when I'm working on my shoes." So basically, he mentions Pablo Picasso. We all know Pablo Picasso as a famous artist and everything like that. So when he says, "I feel like Pablo when I'm working on my shoes," I'm working on my art. I'm working on my brand and everything like that. So I thought about it as me. I'm gonna be working on my foundation. This is me talking about my future. So at that point, I guess I feel like Pablo. I'm working on to better my brand, to better my name, and everything like that. Then he goes on to say, "I feel like Pablo when I see me on the news." I believe in that quote. He's saying it could be Pablo Escobar, and it could be St. Paul, but I would say I would go with St. Paul, the apostle, because when he says, "I see me on the news," St. Paul, the apostle Paul, my bad, he was a he was a traveler in the first century, and he preached Christianity uh, around the world. You know, just traveling, and preaching Christianity. Matter of fact, he was the biggest messenger of Christianity in the first century. And of course, I thought about it myself, and I was like, well, I'm gonna be helping kids, and my motive is to be spreading love and the word of God. I think God is talking through me to get through these kids so they can better their life. You know, that could be the part that he's talking about. Or when he says, I feel like Pablo when I see me on the news, he could be talking about Pablo Escobar. Now, at my job, in the last 2 performance reviews, y'all should heard how they talk about it. They vilified the boy, man. They vilified me for real. And I really feel like the lady wanted to try to get rid of me because the crew, you know, kind of depended on me more than they depended on the management. And I honestly believe that, you know, and she vilified me. And even though Pablo Escobar was a villain, he killed people, he sold drugs and everything like that. But just like any politician, any president, he did do some good. He built soccer fields in communities. He gave money to poor people. The government of Colombia actually got out of bankruptcy a few times of bankruptcy because of his drug money, like for real. And they vilify him. I mean, when we think about Pablo Escobar, a villain of real, you know. And I also have a tattoo. I don't know if y'all can see it right there. That's actually Kobe's symbol. Is an H and a V, and it's a hero and villain in one. You know, people can look at my practices like, you know, they don't understand, so they might vilify me. But, you know, I'm out here trying to save the world. You know, that is what it is. And then Kanye goes into and say, I feel like Pablo when I'm working on my house, telling parties in here we don't need to go out. Now, that part right there, he's definitely talking about Pablo Escobar. Because we know Pablo Escobar, when he got sentenced to 5 years in prison, he built his own prison. He built his own prison, and it had like TVs, it had a bar, it had a swimming pool, it had a damn waterfall in it. He was sneaking people in, you know, his family. He would see his family every day. He would sneak his family in and everything like that. And he was so rich and so notorious that they let him do this. Now, I have a family. I'm working on bettering my family. So yes, I'm working on my house. You know, I'm actually trying to fix up my grandmother's house so I can go ahead and purchase it and build from there. You know what I mean? And then once I get to where I want to be, I'm going to be on the same thing. I'm going to say the party's in here. I don't need to go out. They're going to have to come to me. You know what I mean? So it is a little boasting, but at the same time, I guess I feel like Pablo. I guess I feel like Pablo, straight up. And for that young lady to come into the job on my last couple of minutes at that job, I just knew everything was going to be all right. I knew everything was going to be straight. Everything was going to turn out how I wanted to turn out. You know what I mean? So I got the Coach J Foundation, working on that. And I got some events coming up. It's going to start off slow, I know. I'm working 2 jobs right now. I'm in school. Got a lovely girlfriend that I depend on, that she depend on me. You know, I'm out here trying to save the world, you know. So it is what it is, man. Hey, can't nothing hold me down unless I wanted to hold me down. It is what it is. I'm out here on this beautiful day, you know, getting ready to go coach kids right now. You know, so y'all definitely gonna hear from me in the future. Yeah. It is. That's what it is, man. All right. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Be easy. Love. It's your boy. Porknbean from the Porknbeans, Coach J. Call me what you want. Call me great.